big old forehead there. How's everybody doing? I'm having some malfunctioning camera holder-ish stuff. It's because it's me. Stuff. Oops. Gotta turn off the volume over here because it's me. Be quiet. Oh no. Oops. There. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Lori. Hello. I know. I'm actually on time. Everybody else is probably like, oh, hey, you know, she show up when she wants to. So tonight I'm going to be finishing this lovely piece that I love, absolutely love it. So I kept, I did a few things after we stopped last week, and that is I added the stones on top of the bubbles because it was bugging me. So if you were here last week, you would have saw that I had some bubbles under my work. And this is an easy way you can kind of cover that up. Just add some rhinestones on top of it. And then I added some flatback pearls, half pearl there. And of course I'm not done. I've got a lot more stuff to do. And then I added, I added some more of the unicorn elixir colors out here. And I'm going to finish this part here and do the top coat and show you guys how that goes. Hi, Pat. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Anita. Welcome, guys. I do not know why that's there. I don't need that. Weird. So I also been saving my snack. Yummy. I can't wait to get into this. And unicorn poop. Everybody has to have one of those at least once in their life, okay? And this is now my favorite cocoa. It's white chocolate. Arctic white. Oh my goodness, right? So yeah, we're still working on our Christmas kits. That's okay. The unicorn kit was kind of a, we can move into the newer springy stuff. The lollipop. Yum, yum, yum. The cake and the poop. So, I'll be talking and eating. And I'm going to have that for breakfast. Hi, Glenda. I'm going to wait for a few more people to hop on. It looks like we have 8 people. So I'm going to get a few things set up here then. Oh, I want to also show you guys that the pot of gold that you guys got. Pot of gold. You can also use it as a stencil WIP, sorta. As it is, it's thick when you get it. So you can use it in many different ways. If you want to use it straight like that, I love it. I'm all for it. I'm looking for my little spatula that I have misplaced, of course. Well, anyways, in the kit, you should have also gotten one of these somewhere in there. Hold, please. Ooh, I left the notifications on. That's not good. My husband's cooking. It smells so good out there. He's making steak fingers with gravy. Oh my gosh. Yes, we're totally just comfort fooding it tonight. Okay, so you can use it with a stencil, right? I'm just going to use it on a piece of paper for right now. This is watercolor paper. I'm going to put it on the smoother side. So you can just kind of do it like a, watch this totally not work. I did it earlier and it worked brilliantly. kind of like that. This, you should have some of these in your kits also. And then you just sort of scrape it like so. You don't have to, like me, I like to do little sections of it. So if you want more, you got to put more on there. But then very carefully, you want to lift it. And so there you've got your stencil paste. I call it stencil whip because I whip everything. But it's a really pretty one to use for that too. And you can thin it out. And the way I like to use it is lining or details that has a lot of flakes in it as well. So it's really, really beautiful. When you're done using your stencils, drop them in your water bucket so that the stuff will build up and it's hard to, like these little holes will fill up. So just try to keep it a little clean if you want to use it again. And this thing too. Just drop it in your paint bucket and you can, or wipe it off or whatever. But easy peasy, right? I love the corner of that stencil. Everybody got a different one, so I don't know which was in your kit, but that was in mine. Let's see, who's here? Hi, Mary. Welcome. We're up to 11. All right, I'm going to close this. Mine's in this white one. You guys have a black one. Okay, so I'm going to jump right back in with the, which ones do I want to use here? It's going to be glossy shots, shimmer shots, unicorn elixirs, and not shimmer shots, I'm sorry, satin shots. I don't think I need that color. I want to use this one. I love this color. It's called Grape Jelly. It's from our original satin shots. And then this is one from the kit. You guys have, these two are. So I'm going to stir them up and get them ready. Oopsie. In your kit, you should have also got the tools to stir with. I was trying to remember what I put in the unicorn kit. Oh, snowflake, I think. Snowflake stir stick. Or you can use the bear. The one with the little bear on it. Just put it all the way at the bottom. And if you don't have either one of those, just the end of a paintbrush works fine. Just remember to clean it because this stuff is really sticky and dries permanent. So you just want to make sure you stir these really good. And if you need to thin them out, you can do that with either top coat, glossy shots thinner, or satin shots thinner. While they all three are a bit different, they all can be used interchangeably. So cool. I forgot to grab my paper towels, but they're right here. All right. Looks like we're gonna kind of even out about 10 people. Okay, that works. Once you get it stirred, you can kind of shake it or roll it to really blend it. You can also drop some BBs or beads or mixing balls in here. Just make sure they're either glass or rust proof, because even the stainless ones that say they're rust proof sometimes rust. Right, then you can turn it upside down and roll to get a nice good mix. Okay, so on here, I think on the face, I actually want to do kind of a mixture. If I have a brown in here. Yeah, I probably didn't bring it. Oh, well, that's okay. Cool thing you can do here. So the shimmer shot is chocolate raspberry. It's a brown pink, which I think would be really pretty with this. You can make a glossy shimmer satin shot. Put a drop there and then add some top coat. That's probably more than I needed, but these are two completely different kind of things, so it's going to be weird at first, but they're both water-based, and as long as you're using it right now, you like can't store it or keep it because it would just do weird things, but you can use it just like that for right now. Now this really pretty brown, which is going to have some pink flakes in it. Turned on the flash there. I'm having some trouble with my camera mount. Sorry. Give me just a second. It keeps slipping down. All right. I'm going to try to move up a bit. Gotta give myself some. That's a strange color coming out of an orange pen, huh? No telling what I did there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the color I just made. No, I'm not. I'm going to start with this pretty color for the face. And then we're going to use the brown to accent. I think I'm going to also zoom in too. Okay, so you want to make sure you touch all of the edges, corners. And it's okay if you go onto the black because you can touch it up. And I'm going to grab some of that brown that I made. And right here. Like that. Seems a lot lighter up there. But that's good, yeah. Okay, then If you don't want to contaminate this, make sure you rinse off your brush. I'm using a disposable eyeliner brush. So we're going to keep going. If you're going to use it the way I'm doing it right now, just be careful not to drip it on your painting, because you might drip it somewhere you don't want it. These take a little bit to dry all the way, so I have a little bit of work time here. Not tons, because they get sticky really fast, but I'm putting it all in here so that I can work with the brown. You know what? That needs to be part of the background. I'll have to fix that one. Okay. I think my favorite part of using these is the blend. Like, it's just too easy, you know? It just happens too easy. And because it's faux stained glass, it doesn't need to be perfect, because the idea is for it not to be perfect. I'll try to bring this up in a bit and show you guys what it looks like when it's a little drier. So I think you'll be able to see the brown better up there. It looks really diluted, but it's a lot darker to me over here. This stone tile, or this tile I'm working on, is from East Coast Santorini, Heather Martin, and she has them available if you want to pick one up. I forgot what they're called, but they're like 6x6. I can't remember. You could probably call them iridescent tiles, and she would know. Some people call them unicorn tiles. Some people call them mermaid. I think they might be mermaid tile, but I'm not positive on that. And these were not in all the kits. They were in the first 16, I believe. Something like that, when I released this set. All right, I'm going to use the brown first now on these parts. Do a little ombre there. Pretty. You can mix them with acrylic, as long as it's, I think, less than 10% of the mixture. So if you were going by drops, you know, it would be 1 drop to 9 drops or something like that. 1 to whatever. More of this. Watercolors, no, not really. Just because that's a whole different animal. I suppose if you wanted to use a watercolor, you could activate it and then put some in a dish and then add, you know, be a very thin type of thing, but I think that may work actually. We'll test that theory here. I'll activate one. Let's do, oh my gosh, which ones are also pretty? Ooh, I like that one. I'm going to use this one just because it's darkest and we'll be able to see it the best. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And don't use your good watercolor brushes with this stuff because you'll be really sad. Like this, I love these Princeton Neptunes. Don't put that in any of the glossy shot system, the faux stained glass stuff. So I'm using it because it's a thirsty brush. It holds a lot of water. Oh, sorry, I'm not even in there. It holds a lot of water. So I'm using it just to grab a puddle of the color. So, you know what? You probably could if you have a very pigmented one like this. So, I'm not going to say no because I don't like rules. So, let's put some of the other stuff in there. Straight top coat. And we'll see what it does. I think you're onto something here, Missy. Good question. Thank you for asking. So yes, pretty sure you can do that. I will put some on something and we'll let it dry and see what it does. So I have this little heart over here. Let's do, let's do half of it. Ish. Ooh, that was close. It's actually really, really very pretty. I don't think you guys can see all of the, oh yeah, you can. Look at how pretty that is. Very cool. I like it. All right, let's see if it dries good. If it dries good, yeah, go for it. Good question, Lori. Thank you. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the face. See, I get I get lost. Ooh, that looks so good though. Look how pretty. You know what I'm gonna do before I forget? Except I don't remember what color. I think it was what color was that I used on the face? Do y'all remember? think I'm going to try a little neon pink mixed with a little neon red because I'm thinking that's kind of what it was. Looks right to me. Yeah, we're going to go with that. I'm going to borrow a bit of this purple color we just made and use it in my blue so I can just kind of skip the mixing with the black business for right now. I'm just kind of trying to match what's going on. It won't be perfect, but I don't think anybody's going to notice. But at least now my face is good. I think I missed a little. So we've caught up on Landman to where it's at, playing episode week by week, and we're on the last episode this Sunday, and I'm just so depressed that it's already over. Oh my gosh, it was good. And I don't know why I liked it so much, because it's really not something I would really get into, but maybe because it's like in the Permian Basin, and I pretty much live there. It's kind of like your neighbor, you know? Right? Jen? Hi, Jen. Right, exactly. You can use your watercolors. Look at that. Look how pretty it's drying in there. Oof. How are we doing over here? Looking good. I think it's going to be good. It's probably going to dry just like that. That's the coolest thing about these is they dry just like you see them. They will lose, some of their depth, which I like because you want it to look like stained glass, which you want the raised faux lead. Oh, I forgot to do the ear. Okay. We got this. Before this one dries, it's gumming. That's another thing with when you put acrylic or shimmer shots in them, this is the weird stuff they'll do, so you got to use it pretty fast. I think that's part of the mane, but I can't tell. Yeah, I think so. Where did I close it? I closed it. That's okay. I'm taking some of that out of there. Got a little too much. Okay. I hate that my horn is like all bent. So maybe you guys can do a little better than with your drawing, but my poor unicorn has a crooked horn. What colors were these? Deborah, you're gonna ask me. I don't know. They don't have labels. They're part of the unicorn elixirs from the set. Are you talking about these? From the kit, and they're not available, so it's not something you can go and buy. It's the like purpley bluishy one, and the, I guess, green one. Oh, top coat. I just used it's in the store under top coat. Glossy, is it gloss? Might be Glossy Shots top coat. It doesn't look like this. It actually looks like this. But this is not it either. This is the varnish that goes with the non-UV foil set. So, right? There's so much stuff, like over, gosh, active listings like over 500, and I get lost. I ain't kidding. And then sometimes the non-UV glue is lighter like this, so it's really hard to keep them. I put labels on yours for a reason. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. The copper color is part of the Valentine's Day kit. If you got that, I used the chocolate raspberry shimmer shot from the deluxe and Galentine's. In Galentine's, it's a mini, and in the deluxe, it's a this size, full size, and those are sold out. But I used that and just mixed it with the top coat, so the brown with the pink. See the brown raspberry? Can never get the pink sparkles to show on here, but I was basically just showing that you can mix them with shimmer shots, and that's the only shimmer shots I have on my desk at the moment. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. For the main, I do not remember what I was using. See, I only have these two colors from the kit. The rest of them went out to you guys, so I am trying to make do. So I think that which color is that? You know, I think I'll just go ahead and keep using this with this watercolor purple that we just made here, and do the rest of the main up there with that, and see how he goes. So these others, last week, if you caught it, they're tinted with the regular glossy shots, so I would use a little bit of a transparentish one, and then come in just like I did with the brown and do like the shadow of it with the darker glossy shots color. So here we're going to use this one. And some of the darker purple that we just made. And I'm not loving this green here that I did. I was testing the color, so I'm going to change it. Of course, it'll still have some of that greeny under there, but I'm okay with that. Because I do have it over here. I just don't like it by itself there. I think it might have been from the Valentine set. You're right, Jen. And when it dries, I'll be going back and retouching the black, so I'm not worried about it being a different color right now. I think I'm going to use some of this pink in here too. Like, this is my fantasy, huh? It can be any color I want it to be. This is working. Sorry. I'm choosing some of that blue I made too. Kind of the bluey purple color. I like to swirl it and make it look like, you know, the stained glass windows, how they have like the swirly looking color in it. I like to do that. Yep. Okay, I'm going to see if I can turn it off. Hopefully it won't disconnect us, because that's going to drive me bananas. It's not looking good. Okay, I have to leave it on. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be like dinging. Every time there's an update, they change things, so now I don't even know where it is to go turn this volume off. Because it's not where it used to be on the drop down. I forgot where I was doing. Oh, here. I was saying, I'm going to go over these other ones because I'm going to change this. If you're messaging me right now, stop it. Let me try from this side. Can't really see. So what are you guys doing this evening? What's your work in progress? Hi, Allison. Hey, Sandy. And I'm just using the pink red mixture I made a little bit ago to fill in that part. I'm just kind of dragging it through here too. Hi, Joan. Now I'm dropping the dark purple color we made with the watercolor and the top coat down first. And then the lighter. Thanks, admins. It's okay. Hi, Anita. No worries. Anita's working on a really cool piece. So this is still that color that we made with the watercolor, and it's just gorgeous. And I'm just dragging the pink through it. Okay, I think I like it. I'm just going to darken up these areas around the ear. Cool. All right, so for the nose, you do something there. I think I'm going to use the black glossy shots, which is very black. So I'm going to dilute it because I want it to be clear-ish, a transparent black, if that makes sense. And this is not. This is an opaque glossy black. Very, very glossy. So here we go again with the top coat. That wasn't even enough. Okay, something about like that, so it'll dry kind of foggy. Not foggy, but darker, but not dark black, so we could still see the outline and stuff. I think I'm also going to use that up here. Sorry. This is that same black color I just made. Okay. I can see that I didn't get the paint all the way to the edge here or here. Goodness. I missed a lot of spots, huh? Okay, you can also use this to glue on your stones. Oops. And stuffs. I'm just using clear top coat right now to kind of dilute what I did there with that dark. All right, when it dries, we'll be able to see the mouth again, the line, because it will dry more clear. I'm using that same color that I made here. A little bit of a shadow. Yes. The clear top coat is the alternative to resin, I do believe. It's very, very, very... I'm trying to find something. I don't have anything here. It's very glossy. But we will do something, and while we're working, we'll let it dry. So we'll go ahead and top coat this while I'm waiting. You really want to make sure everything is clean, dust-free, dry. Any little dust, just like in resin, will cause it to be a mess. So I'm not saying it's dust-free, not working in here. anyways, you just put on your stuff and then soft brush. And it will self-level. You just got to give it a minute. Don't overwork it either. You know, just if you need more, grab more. Oopsie, that's too much. The deal with top coat is you don't want to put too much on at once because it will fog it. So you do, if you want a thicker, you know, feel, then you do more than one coat. But you have to let it dry very, very well in between. I suggest 24 hours. Okay, we'll leave that to dry. It should look pretty much like that when it's dry. See how it's self-leveling? That is the Splatitude on there. Isn't that cool? And red Posca always freaking bleeds. So I did those little hearts with Posca. See if I can fix that. I'll have to do another coat of this, but at least that's out of there. If you catch it while it's just, when you just, you know, if it's still really wet, you can do that and then add another coat later. But don't go back over it because it'll just bleed again. I think every red almost bleeds. My red bleeds too. Alright, we'll let that dry over there. And let's see, what was I doing? Ew. So I did paint these flowers, and I'm pretty sure I used the grape jelly from the satin shots. And it's very thick. The satin shots are super thick, kind of like the pot of gold. So this is a new top coat. Where'd mine go? I just had it. There it is. You can use top coat, satin shots thinner, glossy shots thinner. Top coat's what I have sitting here. So I do recommend it. You thin it. You can thin it with water, just but don't, you know, go crazy. What is that? Whoa. I'm dragging hairs. Don't even know what that was. It was like from a Q-tip or something. So I'm just going to do these again. like so. And then you can use that while it's wet and add your bits to it if you want it to add a stone flat back or whatever. Oops, come back here. So cool. All right, I'm going to try to find something to put in here. Will that fit? Yes, it will. Cool. All right, I'm going to grab some of that top coat I put in my tray a bit ago. Clean off your tools before they dry. It's a little pearl, half pearl. Oh, here's a, I didn't even see that one. Hello. Okay, we'll be painting that one. If you missed last week, you can catch the lining of this with the faux lead liner and how I did the rest of this. That was last Wednesday. I see another spot I missed. That is so funny. The things you see later. And then in that one, what do I want to put in there? I know I have this fun rose I want to use somewhere, but where? That might be pretty in there, huh? No, it won't sit straight. Okay. On there. If I could change things, I would take that star out. I wouldn't leave that star there, but it's like there permanently now. I think I will put that gaudy thing there. Also, if you're going to top coat, you really should do that before you do all the rhinestones and stuff because you don't want to lose your facets. I'm just doing the whole snowflake so that it'll all be the same glossiness. Yay. Let me shut off that flash for a second so we can get a actual look without all that glare back. Let's get here. There's something like sticking straight up in the middle. I was just filling it up a little bit with some more of that purple so that it'll hold that dang thing up there. Okay, I'm just going to add a few stones to this and then top coat it, and that is done. Or I should do something with the eye, huh? It's really blue in the original, like really blue, like icy blue. If we should use this one. Marble Sky Satin Shot. That was a lot. Don't need that much. That will dry flat and the black will show up, and then I'll dome it with glossy top coat. I'm just adding some top coat so I can put some stuffs on here. I'll put a big one right there. Cool. So there's a line around the bottom that I need to do something with. That is, I don't know how I got an extra line here, but do you see this right here? Right here. What do you guys think I should do with it? What color? Same as the background? Okay. So that would be red down there. It's just the neon red, pretty much. Good call. And I found some spots I missed, so very good call. See, that looks pink. So this is red. I changed from neon to regular red glossy shots. Neon has a lot of pink in it. You can mix them, but that was a good call. I'm pretty well flooding the sections, so that way it's full coverage, and they'll sink down when they dry, and it gives it a really cool look. And I'm noticing that I missed some sections with these flowers. I need to add some top coat. I always forget to put the top on. Don't forget to put the top on. Otherwise your needle becomes obsolete. And in the beginning, I tried to store my pins in the thing. Don't do that either, because it'll just glue them in there, and then you can't get it open. Okay, I thinned it again with top coat. missed one. Exactly. Because it's so glossy, you can't tell if it's a like a highlight sparkle, whatever, or a piece of the background. So sometimes you gotta go back and touch up. So if you mixed a color, just try to remember how you did it. I think this one looks okay. Shows that one. All right, so the last thing I have to do is obviously let it dry really well. Then you can either go back over it with your faux liner, or you can use Posca, which is what I did, or use black paint, whatever you want to use. I used black Posca because it was sitting here. And this one is a pen that is broken, so it just kind of bleeds. It leaks out of there. So I use that for stuff like this. Like I'll bleed it, put a little in my dish, and then use a liner brush with it. And touch up. So I was working with it. Don't know if I can do it with the light on though. And it's okay if it goes over it, outside of it, it gets thicker. It's faux lead. It's not straight usually. Well, that was a little crooked. And because it's matte, it'll dry kind of, grayish looking, but as soon as you top coat it, it'll go glossy again. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that, it's not dry yet, but you get the idea, right? Okay, so that's how I'll be touching it up when it's dry. I sure did. Thank you for that. Thanks, Jen. Wowie. Yep, right there. Good. See? Shoot. I would completely miss that one. I don't know if I have my yellow out. Oh, yes, I do. Thank you. There. How's that? I think the one... I think that's it. Oh. Stop it. All right, I'm going to scan it, let you guys see it so you can find a missed spot. Oh, I see another one. Wow. I can't remember what it was about that spot last time, but I think it was supposed to be part of the background, but oh well. Who knows? Kind of like doing a puzzle, sort of. I think we're good. Yeah. You see any empty spots? Okay, I'm gonna zoom back out for a sec. Woo, messy desk. Stop, Beyonce. Okay, we're gonna switch gears. And it's snack time, drink time, whatever you got there. Let's see, I'm gonna do this one. It's a sparkling strawberry, and it's so good. I admit I had one when of course I try everything I send you guys. Yee, Mama, June, hi. Snack time. That's the inside. Mmm. Here's the top coat. Isn't that pretty? That's just one coat. So if you put on more than one coat, it gets heavy, you know, looks, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, chantilly berry cake. Oh my. Look at you fancy. That was really good. Okay, in the kit, there was a bunch of different, everybody got something different. I like to mix it up. So there were some wooden ornaments. So cute. And there were some sun catchers. I love these things. Oh my gosh. And lots of, I put humongous bags of tchotchkes in the holiday kit. The unicorn. And the holiday ones. This has some really fun stuff. Really, really fun stuff. This was actually from the blue Christmas kit. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do this one. And then I'm going to do this one. And you actually can foil the sun catchers. These are a bit harder to do on this side. So if you wanted to foil them, you could foil the bottom with a transparent foil. So if you used, Okay, I brought it in here. Where'd it go? And if you stick to the transparent, you know, something you can see through, obviously, glossy shots. These are the transparent holographic faceted foils. And these are the ones that I started out with when I first started foiling. They are my favorite, my go-to. You can put them on just about anything, and they give it that holographic sparkle. So I think there's 8 different ones in here. This is, I don't even think this is an actual set. This is just some extras I rolled up in a thing. But it's enough for me. You really don't need hardly any foil when you're foiling, so foil will last you forever. If you're collecting foil, get ready, because it's very staticky. It's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with, so if you need tips on that, I can show you how to roll it if you want to keep it in the boxes or if you want to put it in jars. I find, honestly, that foil's pretty easy to deal with if you get past the whole it's so fragile stage, because it's really not. And if you're doing little tiny pieces, then it really doesn't matter. You can just pop it back in, fold it over, cut this off, and tape it. You're good to go. You know what I mean? It's not as crazy as I thought it was in the beginning. You know, it's like you want to protect it because it's so delicate and so beautiful, and I get it, but I don't know that it's necessary. As long as you don't put a hard crease in it, there's no hard creases in there. It'll come right back out and be flat. Most of the time. Sometimes they get hard creases in the mail and I can't help that. But if you don't want them to ship that way, you can upgrade your shipping. And then, because the reason why shipping is less expensive on the foil is because I put it in an envelope and send it. It's so light. I just feel like, gosh, you shouldn't have to pay $7 to, you know, get it shipped to you. Anyways, cool beans, watch. Now it's holographic. But what I wanted you to see is this is the inside of this one. So if I was to foil it, it would be that side down. Should be like that. Now remember, UV foil glue turns yellow. It's a yellow, I don't know why, but it yellows. So I don't recommend doing this on something if you want it to be that crystally clear. So it's fun if you're doing like colors on here, like a pink and a yellow and a blue, whatever. It would be fun on that. So that's what we're going to do. And I don't like to use the UV anymore because I am allergic to it, but I don't really have 30 minutes. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to use the non-UV. I'm going to put it on there. We're going to put it to the side and hopefully it'll be dry in time for you know, for us to do it. So this is the non-UV foil glue, also available in this store. I have both kinds, UV or non-UV. UV means you have to use it with a light. Ooh, this is a plastic bag. I should have sanded it. Darn it. I forgot. You kind of got to buff it a bit. This might not work. It's not going to. Okay. The UV would work because it sticks no matter what, but... So you can do a couple of things. I have it out in the hallway. I'm going to go grab it so you can see it. It's an adhesion promoter for plastics like this. Exactly like this. For automobile, like your headlights and stuff. When you're putting, what am I trying to say? When you're trying to make them clear again, you put this stuff on it and then you spray on the clear coat, and it really makes the clear coat really stick really well. So I'm not going to use that because that has to dry for a while too, but I'll grab it and show you guys what it looks like. So what I am going to do, if I can find my soft sandpaper. Okay, I don't have a soft one, but I do have my little nail file thing here. And that will work. See how you're just taking the shine off of it? You just don't want to put any humongous scratches in it. You know what I mean? You don't want it to be where it will want it pretty even like that. You can also do this on agates. You don't have to, like, you know, spray them or all that. Okay. So now see, we have a nice sanded background. Okay. Hope it works this time. If not, I don't know. We'll skip it if it doesn't work. Okay, take two. Oh, much better. So you basically want a nice coat of it everywhere. And this self-levels too if you can get it before it gets gooey. Get enough of it on there. I don't usually do big sections like this, so. All right. Make sure you try to get out your bubbles. Okay, that should self-level just fine. Okay, nice coat on that. We'll let that dry. And hopefully it'll be dry for us to put the foil on it before I close. It takes usually about 30 minutes, so maybe not. Get that out of my way, because you know I just throw things around. Okay. So you can put the foil on wood, glass, plastic, paper, you name it. So what I think is cool is painting using glossy shots on the wooden ornaments. I think it's so cool. You can just embellish away. So I'm going to use some purple regular glossy shots. So now the only thing from the kit right now is going to be the wooden things. And possibly some of the satin shots, maybe. Yeah, probably. I mean, unicorn elixirs. They're all intermixable. Start off with the purple. Remember to try to not put bubbles on it. You can also shake glitter into it also if you really wanted to kick it up a notch. Or if you have my spray glitter, you can just spray that in there. And if you're going to do that and you need it to be like in sections, that's going to take you a very long time, because you'll have to wait for it to dry really, really good. Otherwise, it'll stick everywhere. So I think if you're going to do it, one color is good. do all those glittery places, let it dry really, really well, and then go on to your next thing. So this will dry transparent and you'll be able to see the little twinkles underneath it from the wood. So I'm going to go every other color so that I can kind of keep some separation there. So that's probably like a I think it's like aqua if I can find it. Neon. Oh, neon works. Oopsie. You gotta shake, shake. Try that again. Oh dear. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna stir it here. Yep, and we're going in this one. So this is basically the binder and the glossy shots if you wanted to make it. If it comes out like that, you can still blend it back into it because it's basically thinner for it. I did not shake it up well. Oh. We don't want to talk about hoarding because I may or may not be guilty. It's green, yellow. Okay. Okay, this is crazy. I know I used the yellow a little bit ago, like the regular yellow. See, things just walk away from me. Maybe this will be enough. So crazy. So I'm going to try a thing because it doesn't have all the colors in it and I want all the colors in there. So I'm going to grab orange. I know that this one does not have a top on it. I'm just going to put that right here and let it kind of bleed into the yellow. I'm going to keep using some of this on these stars down here that are similar color. Too cute. And there's a little blue dot, or aqua dots, kind of. All right, let's try the blue. This is neon blue too. So it was regular purple, neon blue, neon aqua. But I think regular purple does glow neon, even though it's weird. Even my purple pigment paint, my paints, some of them light up like that. I think purple has a neon effect to the color. See if you give them just a minute between. Plus on wood, they soak in and they dry a little faster, so. Okay, I'm gonna grab green. Do I want regular green or neon green? Let's try regular. Hi, Heather. Oh, poo-poo migraine. No. Cool. Okay, green. I like that. Looks good. And then I'm actually going to put a little red, or maybe this red, neon red on top of that bottom yellow part. brighten this up. That's fun. I think I like them bleeding together, more like a tie-dye effect. So let's see if we can ombre the lines a bit. Just adding a little yellow at the line right there. Thanks, Lori. See you next Wednesday, maybe. Hope to see you. All right, and then for these fluffy pink clouds, I think I'm just going to add clear top coat over here in this color I was using. To work maybe. Oh, probably not dry. We'll still use this though. I have like no pouring control tonight. Everything is coming out a lot. You don't need this much, obviously. I'm not using it all, so no reason to waste. Can I add a little bit of pink and a little bit of purple because it's not really pink. So once I get this down, I'm going to come back with clear top coat and drop it in to get the cloud, the fluffy look. Okay. I know this is plugged, so okay. I like this effect too. It kind of moves the color out of the way, so you get these neat. You also get bubbles, so you got to deal with that too. You see how it moved the color out of there? You can do it up around there if they're still wet. If they're dry like that, you probably can't. It won't do anything. But I don't recommend dropping it from here because it'll be too much. So just use a little bit on the tip of a brush. I'll do it in this one. Can you see the color move? So it'll give us those little twinkles. Pretty cool. And then go grab a star from something that I've sent. I saw them. Where did I see them? I know there's a star somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's on the sticker. There's so many stars in the glitter whips. I see stars. The other pack has actual unicorn heads in it. Really, out of all that, there's not a star in here. Are you kidding me? Oh, I see one. It's a pretty little star. Where am I going to put that? Yay. We're going to Lisa Frank this thing. Oh, welcome to my life, y'all. Okay, so now we have letters and all kinds of things going on in there. Oh, life. Isn't it funny? See, we all make mistakes. It's a happy little accident, right? Who knows what this is going to bring? Do I want a snowflake there? Probably not. Alphabet soup is right. Very right. Very good. I like that little heart. I think I'm going to leave it in the cloud. It's pretty. Kind of like the snowflake, but... This is the thing I don't have. Patience. There's a star. How funny. See, all I had to do is dump it on here. Then all the stars come out. Cover up that boo-boo. Okay. Not too bad. Didn't wreck it. What a mess, Mama. Alright, I think we're going to leave that alone. And do some sheer pink stars in there. I really want to know where my yellow went, darn it. That's so weird. Like, I didn't... I found it. It rolled behind my water pot, my water dish. My basin, my wash basin. Oh my goodness. So I like, you can change the colors, you can follow them, you can just use a glue pen and then glitter, whatever you want to do. It's somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere I have some really pretty clear glitter. If all else fails, get out the Big Daddy. This one kind of has, not kind of, it has like a purple glow to it. So let's see here. It's going to be really pretty in the cloud. I'm going to test it. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I think it'll be okay everywhere. Oh, I forgot to do the other cloud. How funny. Let me do that other one really quick. Obviously, this is like 3rd grade, but it's still fun. And I know I like doing little kid projects a lot. but they make me happy. And that's what it's about. Right on. Add some glitter to that side. And then tap it off in the trash can. So before, it was just kind of, just kind of, now it's like, pow. I would definitely add more, but I'm afraid to, I'm afraid to do any more with the sequins because I'm obviously not doing well with my, oh, well, okay, I guess the star wants to live there. Yeah. Here we are. Now we have another glitter star down here. Obviously, I need to put more stuff up there because that looks silly, huh? Oh, here's a fun one. Oh, here's a moon, too. Oh, see? They fell out for a reason, didn't they? How fun. So when this dries, you could also flood it with a top coat and do some more embellishing to it, or leave it as is. There's a whole bunch of stuff in that thing. There's like everything you could think of in this pack. It's like a pack of everything. Oh, there's another star. Jeez, I didn't see these earlier when I needed them, huh? Where do I want this one to go? I'll put it on top of this one. Fun. All right, let's see how our other thing is doing. Oh, so close. Didn't quite make it. It's been 30 minutes, but it's not quite dry. If you still can see cloudy, it's not dry. Darn it. All right, we'll keep that one over there. I have another one. I'll do this little bow here. And this is easy peasy. You can just use them right straight from your bottle if you want to. So let's see. I'll do a pink bow with what should I do in the center? Like a purple. Pink and purple, that's my thing today, right? Remember, watch out for bubbles because they're not our friends. The difference between these paints and the ones you get when you get a sun catcher or whatever is the ones that come with the sun catchers will peel out. They can peel off, and they actually are like clings more, you know. The paint just peels right out of these. So these are permanent. And these little sun catchers are what inspired the glossy shots to begin with, because I was so irritated that the paint kept peeling out of them. Oh, so many bubbles. Okay, reason not to use it from the bottle. Sometimes to get the bubbles out, you gotta start over. You can't really torch these. Okay. So instead of going straight in, I'm going to the dish like I'm supposed to. No shortcuts here. Don't stir because it'll make more bubbles. So just drop and drag. And then if you do have bubbles, just kind of move them somewhere where they're inconspicuous, or try to lift them out. And then I'm going to add the purple to the center, and then use the pink again in the center to displace the purple. I may do a polka dot thing, not sure. I did a really big one of these, a butterfly, when I first made the satin shots. I'm going to run out and grab it for you guys so you can see it. I don't know if I ever showed that. I think I did, but I don't know. I'm seeing how the polka dot thing looks. Not so much. Okay, so I'm going to use the purple. Okay, so we'll use the purple out here. I like that look. Good night, Anita. Sorry I missed it. She's probably gone already. 5 minutes. Love you. I'm almost done, you guys. I'm just playing around. I know it gets long. Okay. And on these two, you can also add your anything. Rhinestones, goodies, glitters. Pretty much if it'll stick, you can put it there, right? Cool. That's pretty. Kind of silly. And then this one is the unicorn elixirs from the Valentine's Day set, actually. Besides now this one, I stuck my, oh, I'm such a ding dong. Before it was dry, I stuck my, I don't know, I was, put it away or something. Yeah, like that. I just had it sitting on there. Nothing sitting on top of it. Well, they got stuck together. So now it's imprinted with part of my lips. So you, and that was like 3 days after the fact. So these take a while to cure. Anyways, these are the different colors in the Valentine's Day. All right, that's it. I'm going to stop here, guys, because I'm just boring the crud out of you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. So next week, I don't really have a topic. What do you guys want to do? Ooh, long, Deborah. Sorry. I worked with a Japanese woman who used to bring me oolong tea, and she'd say that. Ooh. All right, guys. Good night. Hugs. Take care.